Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen, today I want to talk a little bit about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. Once again, this is ticker symbol SOFI. And yikes. Today was another rough day for Sofi Technologies. We were down 4.6% on the day. We opened not even green, and then, pretty much went red right away and just kind of went down and down and down and down as the day went on. Obviously, today we yet again hit a new 52-week low, and not only that, a new all-time low. So this is as bad as things have ever been for Sofi. And again, even though we had already hit new all-time lows this week, again, we are going down still almost 5% today. That is very, very rough. The overall sentiment in the market right now is not great. And specifically for Sofi, it's even worse. I mean, there's some people saying that this thing is oversold, some people saying that this thing is a great opportunity to buy the dip, but so many people coming out with negative, lowering of price targets and sell ratings and negative analysis and just negative things. Like, we really seem like we're getting to a point of very, very big negativity, and that can mean a couple of different things, and we'll talk about all those in this video, and we'll go over the latest for Sofi stock. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Of course, as always, there's not going to be any financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy anything, not telling you guys to sell anything, nothing like that. Just going over the latest and kind of giving my thoughts and opinions sometimes. With that being said, let's get right into this. So a couple of reasons why I think that this might not be the end of the world for Sofi. Yes, it's not great. Yes, this does suck. The fact that over the past month, Sofi is down, almost 12%. Year to date, we're down 53.7%. In the past year, we're down 55% from all-time highs. We are down, this says 68%, but I think it's even higher. I think it's closer to like 70 or 72% or something. I mean, Sofi's been down massively, and it's possible that you, if you have invested in Sofi, are down very, very massively, and that sucks in the short term, obviously. But I will definitely always preach long-term investing. That is my personal investing philosophy, that I'm really looking to hold stuff for, at least a year. I would at least want to give everything a year, to not only for it to play out, but to also get into that long-term capital gains. But really, I think minimum of like 3 years is what I would really like to be looking at. 3 to 5 years I think makes a lot of sense, and the best of your best investments, hopefully even longer than that. So I don't really care that much what it's done, in the past 3 months. I care, what the story of this company is. I care, are they growing members? Are they growing revenue? Is it going to continue to grow into the future? How are the projections? Things like that. And for me, Sofi, I think still has a chance to accomplish a lot. That doesn't mean they will for sure, and that doesn't mean they will be a good investment going forward. But I think just because the stock price is down as of late, I think a lot of it has nothing to do with Sofi and their business model and their growth and their revenues and all that stuff. Obviously, some of it is student loan issues, some of it is inflation, some of it is interest rates, some of it is just hey, maybe the stock market was running too hot over the past decade and things have to cool off eventually. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a really, really weird time. Obviously, when things get overly negative, when things, seem like they are so fearful, and again, it seems like we are at that point with Sofi. Again, these are all-time lows, and we're still going down fast. We still had a 5% down day today, or a 4.6% down day today. That's at least when I, as an investor, might start to get curious. When everyone is so negative, when everyone, starts giving up on a stock or starts, talking it down or whatever, hey, maybe that's an opportunity to jump in. That's at least how I kind of look at things, because, are things really as bad as people are saying? Or is it just, hey, that the stock price is down? Is the business really the worst it's ever been? Is this really, the time that Sofi deserves to be kind of trading where it's at? That's kind of the question I have. Also, we are headed into a 3-day weekend. Again, the stock market is closed tomorrow because of Good Friday. And a lot of people, especially in an overly negative market, are a little bit wary about holding stocks through a 3-day weekend. So I think that could also have had some potential negative downside for the stock price today. So just kind of keep that stuff in mind, make your own evaluations. Look at the Sofi business model. Look at where you think they're going to be a year, 3, 5, 10 years from now. Look at the revenue growth. Look at the member growth. Look at the, potential profitability in 2024. Look at things like that and then decide, do you think, today SoFi stock is worth $7.26? Do you think it will be able to grow into the future? Even though everyone seems really, really negative right now. We have this article from investorplace.com saying, is SoFi stock done for? They say, hey, since SoFi got its start in student loan refinancing, investors are worried about how the student loan moratorium might impact its future. And this is a very, very big story that a lot of people have been talking about recently because yes, at once upon a time, student loans were, almost everything for SoFi. This is, how they got off the ground. This was their big thing. This was, their main marketing piece. And people still keep that connotation with them today. And even today, is it still a big part of SoFi's business? Yes, absolutely. It is one of the main things they do. But they have gone on record of saying, hey, whatever happens with student loans, we are going to be okay. Even in their new guidance, they have guided, kind of implying that student loans will get pushed back all the way into 2023. And they're still giving, guidance and all this stuff and saying that, hey, we are planning for this. We are planning for more delays going into the future. And I think that's a great point of view. Just saying that, hey, we're going to be okay either way. We would love this money. And obviously we want to make that money and stuff, but they're going to be okay. And also, obviously, they're suite of financial services has grown. They are offering more, financial services than ever. They're working on getting all their members to use more and more of their services. They're trying to bring in more people from more and more angles and then get them involved in the whole suite. SoFi is not a student loan refinancing company. They are a, legitimate financial institution at this point. So I think that is something to keep in mind, and that's kind of what they dive into here. They say, yes, it's true that student loan financing is a large part of SoFi's business today, but guess what? This moratorium doesn't change their bull thesis on SoFi stock one bit. Think about it like this. Once upon a time, Jeff Bezos hinged Amazon's success on selling books, just like SoFi hinged its success on student loans. But today, Amazon's book-selling business represents what? A fraction of a percent of its overall business. The same will be true for SoFi as it's building an all-in-one super app in which student loan refinancing is an afterthought. That's why we call it the Amazon of finance. That is, what they're trying to be. They're trying to be that AWS, of finance as well. In short, SoFi's big picture vision is much larger than its student loan offerings, and end game, the student loan moratorium will register just a little blip on the radar, and that is kind of what I think as well. Again, I don't know exactly how big or how successful or how much growth SoFi is going to have, but I do think at the end of the day, whether they succeed or fail is not going to rely at all on the student loan moratorium. It's going to be on, how well they're able to execute on their high level ideas. So yes, I get why all these risks and concerns and whatever are pushing the stock price down in the short term. But if you believe in all the other stuff SoFi is doing, I really don't think that should matter too much to you today in terms of the overall stock price or student loans or anything like that. But like I said, that's just kind of my thoughts and opinions. Yes, we have the SoFi stock subreddit saying SoFi is now the lowest it has ever been. The kind of the posts that are just going to keep on coming. This guy says 6 months of bleeding. This has been my most painful investment of my life. And like I said, some of it's just bad timing. Some of it, the stock market's kind of down all over. Today's another red day for all the major indices. And SoFi's, just kind of getting swallowed up in that a little bit. But yes, obviously it sucks. Yes, it has been a miserable investment over the past year. Pretty much no matter when you got in. We do have this as well coming from, this is on StockTwits, but I guess is an article from Benzinga saying, whale with a lot of money to spend is taking a noticeably bearish stance on SoFi Technologies. Looking at the options history for SoFi, they detected 19 strange trades. If we consider the specifics of each trade, is accurate to state that 47% of investors of these strange trades open trades with bullish expectations and 52% with bearish. So, it seems like more and more bears, more and more people with big money are getting bullish on SoFi. It seems like the overall market sentiment, while it was once very, very positive on SoFi, is getting very, very negative. And I do think there is points in being a contrarian investor. So just because everyone is against SoFi right now does not necessarily mean it sucks. It does not necessarily mean it's the end of the world. Now, that doesn't make it good either, but it's just saying you should consider both sides. You don't necessarily have to go, into the mob mentality. We also do know that Lending Club now is going to be reporting its Q1 2022 results on April 27th. This is ahead of Upstart and SoFi. Their origination numbers should provide insights into the demand for personal loans. So, hey, if you're somebody interested in SoFi, definitely be looking out for Lending Club's financial report on April 27th. And we also have a list of kind of just a bunch of big companies and what percent they're down from their 52-week highs. Yes, SoFi down 71%. We have companies that have been hit harder. Roku, upstart, but definitely some companies that have been maybe hit not as hard as well. But yes, SoFi definitely on the worst end of the overall market in terms of percent down from their 52-week highs, from their all-time highs or whatever. And yes, it's been a rough year, but past results do not necessarily project what's going to happen into the future. So keep that in mind as well. And again, it's just when it seems like things can only get worse and the worst days are ahead, sometimes that is when things start to turn around. Not always, but it has happened before with a stock or two. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about SOFI. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.